everybody! Seth here with the Super Boss Justice Valkyria Izayoi showcase and release. Holy fucking hell, it's been like at least 1 or 2 months, probably more than that. I think, when did Susanoo release? I don't know.
I see the light!
But she's here now. It's been a while in development. I'd like to take the second here to thank everyone for being so patient, because I'm glad no one's complained about the slow releases now, because I'll be honest, I'm already psyching myself out pretty bad about it, so everyone's patience is very appreciated, considering all I really have left over to make are entirely new mods from the poll winners, or major reworks of some of the characters I have left over, so thank you everyone for being so patient with Izayoi's release. I think it's really helped that she's, come out very good now, but, I'm rambling on at this point. As per usual, I will try to keep these as short and concise as possible while I talk about, literally all of the many different things I've changed about this character now, so bear with me there on that fact. Alright, let's get into it before I blow the intro out any further. In any case, so, I should say, real quick, that Justice Valkyria Izayoi, in a similar manner to how, Mu is a stronger version of Noelle, I kind of took that into consideration for Izayoi here, too. So, in a similar way that maybe Godslayer Mu is like way better. Okay, basically what I'm saying here is that Izayoi here, some of the changes I did to her were copied over from Godslayer Mu because they're basically similar types of characters lore-wise. So, yeah. That in mind, Izayoi here has a grand health pool of 20,000 health due to, well, you know my reasons at this point if you keep up with the videos, why, what characters I feel deserve 20,000 health, assuming their health pools are not normally large enough to accommodate that with the 8,000 boost, but nerd rant. She has the same passive heat regeneration as Godslayer Mu, which is very, very high, I should say. Very, very high. Very high. Look at that meter gain, dude. It's absurd. The same meter gain, the same 50% damage bonus on top of, so, a lot more damage. Overdrive effects, the old overdrive effects are permanently active, which is actually kind of irrelevant in terms of, like, her mechanics. But, all of her moves are the overdrive versions. We'll go over that later, though. Super Boss overdrive timer, of course, 13 seconds. Overdrive time at full health. I need to turn overdrive off of infinite. 13 seconds at full health, and a grand spankin' 22 seconds at the lowest threshold, which I believe is... Yeah. So that's all there. All the usual gimmicks there. She has an extra jump and an extra air dash. Only 1 extra jump and 1 extra air dash. Does that include her gain art dashes? I think it does. Yes, you can do double gain art dashes. That's actually pretty useful in a way. And that also applies to her normal mode, too. Instead of giving her, like, 20 air dashes, like I said, the AI tends to misuse all that extra movement by accident, and it's kind of excessive anyways. So in my newer designs, I've kind of scaled back the amount of air options I've given to be more practical. Triple jump is very practical for air combos. Double air dash is very practical for pressure and mix-ups and all that stuff like that. So I think I'm pretty happy with that. In addition, the ground dash speed and the air dash speed on both modes, I believe... Yeah, are both increased by 50%. So, all the air dashes, 50% faster, pretty sure. Ground dash speed, air dash speed, gain art, and normal mode. All increased to be faster. Let's see, the air dash duration on both modes has also been reduced 4 frames, so it ends quicker. Which can be better for, like, just, like, coasting forward and doing, yeah, stuff like that. See. Gain art dashes are low invincible from their durations from frame 1. Yes, so if you like 2A with Rachel here on Izayoi's getup or whatever, she can literally just forward dash in your face and then like punch you for it. Or backdash. Backdash is already invincible. Which means also that this gain art dash, forward dash in general, can just go over lows. Which can be helpful if they try to mash on your pressure there. The gain art forward dash, speaking of, will now control more like Aegis's Orgia dash from Persona 4 Arena. And can be whiff canceled to any aerial attack. Like so. Which, as you'd expect, is obnoxious. Stuff like that. Speaking of gain arts, you will probably notice that when I reset here, Izayoi will always start the match in her gain art form, with maximum 0 weave stacks, and Transam active. And, none of those gauges deplete. She has infinite 0 weave stocks. So it means infinite D teleport, infinite D shot, infinite D everything. And infinite Transam bits to be annoying with. I don't think I need to elaborate on how disgusting all of that is on this character that is already S tier because of having that stuff on limited usage. Let alone unlimited usage. Okay. All normals and specials are also usable regardless of mode, and 5C is combined into one composite move, which uses the normal mode 5C animation. But it has basically the same frame. But we'll get into more of that when we come to specific normal changes. But any normal is usable in any mode. Doesn't matter if you're gain art or not, or normal mode. Basically, the swap between gain art and normal mode is on the basis of like what type of movement you want at this point. Oh, I should also probably point out that the Transam bits have 50% more hit stun, which means you can do more shit off of stray bit hits as well, which is also extremely toxic, needless to say. Alright, before we get into specific normal changes, let's talk about some of the system mechanics I inevitably changed here. Like her crush trigger is now always considered full charge, and ground bounces on any hit. That's it. Let's see, her throws, on the other hand, have... Oh boy, did I buff the shit out of her throws, technically. So, normally with Izayoi, you would throw, and then on the first hit, you would rapid cancel it. Because the first hit has way better scaling. Shit, that was awful. The first hit of that throw is unscaled, if you rapid cancel it and then follow up off of it. So most Izayoi would rapid cancel after that hit rather than letting the throw go through and comboing off it. Well, now that the second hit scales just like the first hit, i.e. not at all. They have the second hit has 100 P2, P1, and P2 just like the first hit does. Meaning you no longer have to rapid cancel the throw to get huge damage off of them anymore. Shit. Wait, what if I do... Nope. Oh, there we go. Okay, well, you get the idea there. And her taunt, and yes, I changed her taunt. Her taunt, is attack level 5 with increased hit stun, has 120 P1, 100 P2, and 120 bonus duration with reduced pushback. Which means if they bits, you can easily convert off of it. It's obviously a very good meme starter. Does no damage, but scales very well. With the bit follow-ups and everything else you can do off of it. So, I mean, use it at your own leisure. Maybe you can use... I think you can actually do, like, some fancy quarter juggles, like 6C, and then taunt hit, and then bit hit, and then relaunch. So, fancy shit like that is definitely possible. But, use it at your own leisure. Alright, with that out of the way, we can now get onto this massive list of, well, maybe less massive than normal list of normal changes. Less massive than normal list of normal changes. Hilarious. Alright, first off, 5A. Increase the attack level from 1 to 2. That's literally it. 5B, increase the attack level from 2 to 3, and can now be jump canceled on hit or block. And can now also go directly into 6A or 6B. Let's see, as I was saying about 5C, 5C is a very special case, because 5C is basically a composite combo fusion of her gain art 5C and her normal mode 5C, and that uses the bigger hitbox animation of normal mode, but has the startup and recovery data of the gain art version, making it a lot faster overall and just safer overall in pressure. Is now also jump cancelable on block, and can go into 6B like the gain art version normally can. 2B attack level changed from 2 to 3, and has less recovery now. And can now go into 6A, 6B, and normal mode 6C, which we'll get into that in a second. Like so. 2C! This command has been changed to 1C! And yes, this is normal mode 2C we're talking about. So that the gain art version can remain as regular 2C, but 1C! Not sure who the fuck is gonna use this, but I felt the need to add it back anyways. It's a bit faster now, it has an increased attack level from 3 to 4, has frame 1 hit invincibility until recovery, making it a, God, one of Izayoi's main weaknesses is her, like, lack of good anti-airs, and this animation actually fucking sucks a lot more for being an anti-air than I thought it would, so, yeah. In any case, Gain Art 2C, on the other hand, is also faster, and is attackable 5 from 4 with more air and deckable time. It is now cancelable into 5C, or you can jump cancel it on either hit. 3C has been changed to, in a similar vein to what I did with Susanoo, actually. Her 3C, or rather her non-Gain Art 3C, is now 3B, giving her an additional B normal. Gets its old hit or block jump cancel back from Phantasma, and inflicts a hard knockdown without counter hit, although this usually gets fucked over by the Transam bits popping them up afterwards. But the Transam bits are on, like, cooldown. Get that knockdown there. The counter hit knockdown time has been increased drastically to compensate, and this will actually cancel being a B normal now. I've made it cancel into any C normal of your choosing. Gain Art 3C, on the other hand, travels a lot faster with head and body invincibility once she starts moving until she stops moving. Goes about half screen. Can now hit up to 4 times, kind of similar to, basically I copied what I did to, Tsubaki's 3C. And can now hit up to 4 times, and knocks out that counter hit. Once again, like 3B, the, bits will usually pop them up and you'll not get the knockdown, but the bits are on cooldown to get the knockdown, but it's fine, because it lets you actually, follow up better, in most cases. Like so. Let's see, anything else? Recovery has been reduced considerably, and it has 95 P2. And it can also reverse beat into 2A, kind of like I did with Carl's 3C. So on hit or block, you just 2A it on any hit. Do whatever the fuck you want there. Simple enough. 6A has had its armor, and now has its armor and its 110 bonus paration again from Phantasma. Attack level up to 4, and ground bounces on air hit. Like so. Kind of like her crush trigger, since I think they use the same animation. 6A has reduced recovery, halved air knockback, so they stay closer to you after that ground bounce for easier follow-ups. Well, outside of that case, apparently. And can now cancel into 6B, 4C, or 6C. All that good stuff. 6B is no longer a head attribute attack, and you can't just anti-air it. So you have to block that bitch. Or something like that. It's not head attribute, so it doesn't lose to anti-air attacks or anything like that. Bonus Paration, and when first using the combo, has been up from 110 to 120. Paration 1 has been raised to 110, so it's a good starter now. Ground bounces on air hit without needing a counter hit, and does so lower, which allows for easier follow-ups. The recovery is also reduced slightly, and the feint version's recovery is lowered drastically. How do you feint it again? I actually forgot how to do that. Oh, right there. The bits are attacking. Just hold the button down. The startup has been reduced slightly and has frame 1, low, and throw invincibility, and now fatal counters. Also, it's cancelable into C or D. I buffed the fuck out of 6B. Holy shit, dude! This attack's a monstrosity now! Alright. 6C is now usable, and by 6C I mean normal mode 6C. This move right here is now usable in both modes as 4C. It's a bit faster in recovery and startup. His attack level 5 with 100 Paration 1 has low and head invincibility added to the body invincibility to allow it to dodge all non-throw physical attacks before it becomes active, apparently. And cancels into any other C normal. For stuff like that. That did 4 fucking K? I guess that's the 100 fucking Paration 1 value kicking in. It's a very good starter. Holy shit. Gain Art 6C has frame 1 head invincibility, so this is like the best anti-air animation she possibly has, so I figured, yeah, fuck it. Frame 1 head invincibility, and is air unblockable without barrier, Paration 2 raised to 90, and always launches like it does on counter hit up into the air. Jump cancelable on block, and has reduced startup and recovery like normal 6C. All of her drive moves, her mode shifts, her 5D, her 2D, her JD, they're all twice as fast. That's literally it. Not sure how useful that will be, but you're less vulnerable while changing modes, I guess, so, yeah. Or maybe you can find some fancy gimmick where, like, mode change... like, mode change after something gets you, like, better cancel, like, I don't know. Something like that. On to aerials. In a similar vein to 5A, I have increased the attack level of JA to 2, and the P1 has been set to 90, because the case of, like, Izayoi being able to more easily abuse her jump normal. So, this is now a better combo starter. Gain Art Dash 5A, obnoxiously fast overhead, is now a much better starter. JB is in a similar situation, because I raised the attack level from 2 to 3, and the Paration 1's been set to 95, making it basically more rewarding, albeit a bit slower than the instant dash JA, because it's not fast to come out at the very start of the dash there, but if you hold it a little bit, go up a bit, which, that reminds me, for the Orgia dashes, you can actually, like, go up and down now, of course. A lot better, like Igus. Let's see. Normal mode JC is now a new normal in the form of J2C. Like so. Attack level's been raised to 4, and the Paration 1 has been set to 95. It is now jump cancelable, albeit not sure what use that will be other than pressure. It spikes them down on hit, normally, without the bits interfering. Let's see. Jump cancelable and can reverse chain into JB. Like so. Or what I like to do actually instead is do falling gain hard JC after the, yeah, that tends to work a little better and do more damage in my opinion. As for gain art JC, it has more air and techable time, less grounded pushback, so it's easier to actually continue your pressure after you hit them on the ground with it. And is attack level 5. Base damage has been raised to 1100, I believe that's to reflect, like, one of its old damage values? I'm not 100% sure on that from memory, that was did a long time ago. And is cancelable into JB or J2C. Or nasty shit like that. Alright, I believe that's all for her normal changes. Now we get to go to her specials. I think this is going a little faster than I thought it would, luckily, but let's keep that pace up. So, A Sonic Saber. This is now way different, in that A Sonic Saber is now D Sonic Saber. Yeah, I made the annoying-ass spread shot her A version. That's fun, isn't it? So, A Sonic Saber is now her D version. It has reduced startup and recovery. The shots are larger than they were before, with more hit stun and a projectile level of 2. And the attack level on them is set to 3 for more hit stun, etc. like that, and the Paration 1 is raised to 90 to make them better starters off of a straight hit there. As for, if I made her D Sonic Saber or A Sonic Saber, you're probably wondering, geez, Seth, what the fuck is her D Sonic Saber? Well, her D Sonic Saber... Whoops. Her D Sonic Saber is her old D Sonic Saber from Chrono Phantasma! You know, the annoying one they got rid of and replaced this one. Well, now she has both of them. D Sonic Saber, being the old Overdrive version from Chrono Phantasma and Chrono Phantasma Extend, also has reduced startup. The Air version has reduced recovery from before. The shot projectile level is 3, so this is projectile weight 3, letting it bowl through a lot of shit. Attack level 4, and has 190 Paration 1 for hits done, kind of like the spread shot version here. The follow-up hits have 95 Paration 1 and deal 250 damage per hit from 150, giving them an overall damage boost. Very, very, very annoying. Right. Oh boy, this is basically the special version of 6B for how much I buffed this shit right here. Crusade Seraphim Flashes! Her 236B, her 236C, and her 623B have all been drastically made better. So, all Crusade Seraphim Slashes can cancel into any other that haven't been used yet, akin to Yuzuriha from Undernight, her EI Slashes. Like so. Including Aegis Blade as well into that equation there. Shit. Damn it. There we go. Including Aegis Blade. Can also go into D Mirage Thruster Teleports. On block, even on air hits. And all the Paration 1s are set to 90. They can all Fatal Counter now and destroy any projectiles they come into contact with. Kind of like Johnny's Mistfinders, because it's basically the same move as that, too. So I basically combined Izayoi, Johnny, and Yuzuriha into one fucking component here. Shit. Rachel, fire another one of those. Shit. No. No. Bad at this. There we go. They destroy projectiles they come into contact with. God, anything else, Seth? Now cancelable into distortion drives, exceed excel, or her astral, of course, and that's not even the end of it either. So you can do fucking damn it. That. A lot of hiccups this video. Holy shit. All the grounded Crusade Seraphims and Aegis Blade now have much longer range and hit up to 3 times. You know, kind of like full charging them for her Unlimited in Chrono Phantasma. Yeah, she just has the long range, nearly like half screen range, 3-hit versions by default now. Enjoy. Let's see. Air versions can multi-hit, but do not gain the increased range because they did not add any, the devs do not have anything for the increased range particle or hitboxes on that regard, so... They can still multi-hit 3 times. Just can't have the additional, like, half-screen range, sadly. The Fate versions for all of them have the recovery halved, and Ground Crusades force a really long grounded stagger on counter hit instead of launching now off that newly added Fatal counter. I think even if you, like, have her jump, and then... Yeah, that forces them to the ground in the stagger state. Even on air hit. As for what I did them specifically, we have the 236B Crusade, or rather the low version, has a longer whiff cancel window, and has its lower than the Respiration 2 change to match the others. So this is no longer shittier than the other ones in any respect. Holding Crusade to its max duration, well, not really max duration anymore since I changed it to be a little shorter, but holding Crusade down until it triggers automatically will have Izayoi instead do this. A rapid, holy fuck, that did 7k. A rapid slash series kind of similar to, Accent Core Johnny's level 3 Mistfinders. The low slashes hit low, and this attack has a 120 Paration 1, 120 bonus Paration, and very high chip damage. And can go into Valkyria Estrella like the B and C Crusades can. Needless to say, this is a very, potent punish tool, to say the least. Oh my god. Oh, that hit. Okay, how much is this gonna do? I feel like you can definitely get more than 15,682 damage with 100 meter with this character, but still very impressive. So, yeah, keep this in the back of your mind that it exists, because it's very, very potent indeed. Aegis Blade has a faster startup, Operation 1 raised to 80, and its attack level 5, of course, as I mentioned, it's 3 times now, like the full charge version in Chrono Phantasma's Unlimited form. Air and tackle time has been increased, and Izayoi moves slightly forward while swinging it to give it a bit more reach horizontally, because that's its main weakness, is that lack of horizontal range. Well, now it's a little bit more, because she'll nudge a little forward when using it. Mirage Thruster teleports! Oh, these are fucked to hell now. Mirage Thruster teleports are much faster, and can be performed in the air, like in Chrono Phantasma, which will return her to the ground. Depending which one you use. The B and C teleports travel a little further in their respective directions than they did before. And are now whiff cancelable as soon as the invincibility wears off, which actually includes the D version, so you can do this shit. Yeah. Holding D during the D teleport will now instead teleport E instead of teleporting them behind her. Izayoi teleport in front of them. This is completely fucked beyond belief. I mean, just look at this. Shit, I brought myself up. Just, like, look at this. Valkyria Estrella and Strikefall can be done after teleports. Can they? Yes, they can. Can be done after teleports. Valkyrie off of ground strike, and strike off of aerial. So, Valkyrie off of ground teleports and off of air teleports. Do Strikefall after she teleports back to the ground, which is disgusting, to say the least. And they can also cancel into each other! Or distortions exceed Excel or Astral, which means you can do, well, this. Or, like... Yeah, you get the idea. So, Valkyrie can go to Strikefall, Strikefall can go to Valkyrie, simple as that. Speaking of those two, Valkyria Estrella has the same base damage per hit damage on all hits as the normal version does, as when it became a multi-hit in Overdrive, its base damage got lowered to compensate. Well, now it isn't lowered at all, so it does way more. And is now usable by itself as 41236D, and goes further forward. Giving it about like a... Was that full fucking screen? You're shitting me, right? Almost full screen. Yeah. So, this is now usable by itself instead of having to follow off of it now. Kind of like what I did, kind of like, well, a lot of other shit I've done. And Strikefall, which is originally the move that, could be used by itself with her Unlimited in Chrono Phantasma, now usable by itself, once again, with, J22D. Well, the difference now, though, is that you can now do it on the ground, too! Go ahead and do ground J22D for a grounded Strikefall teleport above their fucking head and then fuck them. Like so. Well grounded, multi-hits like the Overdrive version, but has 1300 base damage per hit on the normal version instead of getting lowered, kind of like Valkyria Estrella did. And has a higher ground bounce. Which in some cases can get you follow-ups off of higher heights. Like so. Oh, that was fancy. Let's see. Strikefall can be canceled into from anything. Estrella can, including all Crusade Seraphims, so... Yep, that works. Doesn't quite combo, but it works. Alright. The last special to go over. I wonder how long the video is by this point. The last special to go over is, Noir Edge! A move that, got removed in Central Fiction, but I have brought it back in Chrono Phantasma. Her old Chrono Phantasma era J236C, which is now replaced with the Air Crusade Seraphim series, is 41236C in the air. Or on the ground, too, because like Strikefall, this is now usable on the ground, too. Let's see. Air Unblockable. Now, Air Unblockable, I think that includes with Barrier, too. Let's make sure I'm not spreading misinformation, though. Let's turn on Barrier Block and have her jump. No, okay, does not beat Barrier. But her other, basically a special option as an anti-air. Let's see, Air Unblockable, Framewood Head Invincibility, 100 P1 and 99 P2, making it a very good starter and decent combo filler. Always launches the way it does on counter hit, and all cancel options are available on block as well as on hit, including Air Crusades. So on block, you can do Air Crusades. Like so. Or you can jump cancel it. I think you can jump cancel it. No, you can't jump cancel it. And launches very close, which lets you do... You can jump cancel on hit. Let's see. You can go into air teleports instead of just the D version on whiff. So you can do instead of just like... With canceling a D teleport, you can actually do... that. If you're fast, you have to be a little fast. The whip cancel window is pretty small. Let's see, anything else? Anything else? Jump cancelable only on hit. Yeah, jump cancel only on hit. What can you do? Yeah. Oh, fancy. Okay, God, there's probably so many weird fucking messed up slide switch combos you can do with her. I can't wait to see some of you guys fuck around with her. Let's go over what I did to her distortions. So for Justice Furizer, this will now launch a lot higher and wall bounce from any hit mid-screen, and on the corner it will wall stick for even easier and better follow-ups. But mid-screen you can typically get like 5 feet or something. If you're quicker on the ball than me, apparently. Has huge chip damage on block. The minimum damage has been set to 40%, which means that it does a decent amount of chunk of damage even in heavily scaled combos. Operation 1 and 2 have been set to 90, and the recovery has been drastically reduced to help you get follow-ups off that wall bounce. Most of the time. 632-146D, Slaver Transam. I bet some of you are wondering what the fuck I did to this move, considering that Transam is permanently active now. Well, let me tell you, Transam recovers way faster and is now 100% invincible even through recovery, meaning this is basically unpunishable. So, what's the point of this? Well, it now has a massively increased super freeze time in addition to that, which means you can basically use this like a Undernight in-birth chain shift to react to whatever the fuck your opponent is doing during the super freeze, and then make them eat shit for it. In addition to that, it also sets Izayoi's attack and defense modifiers to be 25% higher, meaning she takes 25% less damage and does 25% more damage on top of her 50% damage bonus. These extra additions cannot be stacked, so it's one Transam usage, and then that's a singular buff that you get. Don't get any cheeky ideas stacking like 6 of these and thinking they all indeed well stack. No, it's a one-time buff from using this. Alright, onto her unlimited distortion, starting with her aerial one. DS Irae version 2.0. J236236C. Exactly the same as Tsubaki's limited distortion, but this now has more base damage than the CP version and attempts to track the opponent horizontally in the air, meaning from full screen she will try and dive pretty far, but at close range, she'll basically go straight down. Attempts to track horizontally, has a lot more untechable time after the follow-up hits here. And the projectiles, well, that's actually not true here. I think I have misinformation here. Okay, yeah, they definitely do disappear with you rapid cancel. I thought I fixed that. Did I not manage to at some point? I think I might have just, I thought I did, and then it, didn't work out or something. Well, in any case, the swords now have a lot more air and technical time and carry your opponent a little higher depending on who you're fighting, which gives you time to almost set... I think in some cases you can set that up, actually, depending on who you're fighting and how the blades hit, but they have more untechable time, so you get more better follow-ups off of DS Irae here. Ooh, nice, Seth! Not bad with these custom combos on the spot here. And also the last change to that move is that I buffed the minimum damage to 25% on all portions of the attack. So it scales better even after the heavily scaled combos. Ah, yes, and the real criminal here. 632146B, Wings of Judgment, the yet another Chrono Phantasma Unlimited Super, though this was relegated to be her Overdrive Distortion Drive. Izayoi teleports to the opponent in the series of attacks and surprise her. This has more base damage than the Chrono Phantasma version, dealing about 6k raw, I think, now. Or nearly 7k, I think. Because of the base damage increase as well as the damage multiplier. Yeah, 6,759. That's disgusting. Let me see. The final hit is cancelable into D-Teleport, like it could be in Chrono Phantasma as well. And similarly to DS Irae, it has 25% minimum damage now. And basically the D-Teleport is notable because it means you can do shit like this. Assuming I don't fuck this up. Double Wings of Judgment! Not very practical meter usage-wise, but I figured because it was possible for style points in Chrono Phantasma, I had to keep it here too, so there it is. Alright, after all the distortion's been talked about, now we get to move on to the Overdrive. So, for Overdrive changes, might as well start with the Exceed Excel, because as per usual, for some reason I always have it at the top of the list here before the Overdrive changes themselves. Taking more inspiration from Godslayer Moo. Of course, your Exceed Excel is, of course, always the fast start of Active Flow version, as if you cancel into it, and is always Active Flow. But this Moo, Banshee Lancer is now graced with a massive 75% minimum damage, making it probably the best combo ender that she has. Despite doing only about 5,500 damage at a baseline, of course the 75% minimum damage is definitely something to consider when choosing to end your Overdrive combos. But other than that, let's go over what the rest of her Overdrive can do. For one thing, the Transam bits get a buff. Yes, I buffed the obnoxious bits. They have a 50% increase to untech time, again, and damage as well during Overdrive. They also recover 50% faster between attacks, letting you spam them more. which, as you would expect, is obnoxious. 6B has its ground bout strength reduced a little bit. You'd think that'd be a bad thing, but it actually makes for easier and better juggle fall potential. That was fancy. How much did that do? 4,500. Wow. Actually makes it easier than the ground bout you get in normal mode. It's a little high up, but now since it's lower in overdrive, do more obnoxious stuff with that. 3C can now be jump cancelled or chained into 6A on hit or block instead of just 2A. Much better combos off that. Or yeah, just jump cancel. What the fuck was that? Ew! I can't quite replicate what I did the first time around there, but wow, that was nasty. Oh, okay, moving on. The A version of Sonic Saber will now send out an additional delayed second wave of 3 shots at the location she uses it, and the projectiles are now even larger. A lot larger. And then the 3 delayed bursts basically being the non-overdrive version of her original D Sonic Saber there for more oppression. Good stuff. The D version, on the other hand, gets 4 additional hits on contact and added chip damage. And there's 13 hits now, and on block, that is a considerable amount of chip damage indeed. Crusade Seraphim, Noir Edge, Valkyria Estrella, and Strikefall can all go into teleports on whiff! Yeah. I guess Strikefall doesn't have any whiff cancel, like, thing or whatever. Valkyria does, though. Let's see. Crusade Seraphims all act differently with increased hit stop on their final hits and take much less time to get the charge version out. How much less time? Well, it's a lot faster now to do that. As for how they act differently now, I have based them all around Exard Johnny's level 3 Mistfiners, which means 236B will send the opponent upward and towards Izayoi. Not much you can do off that, though, other than making it easier to go into other stuff like that. Ooh, there we go. Yeah. The air version of 260B will ground bounce the opponent from Izayoi, like so. Much more you can do off of that. 236C will wall stick in the corner and has a stronger blowback. The air version of this is completely unchanged. 623B has a stronger launch and wall bounces anywhere with a small knockdown. This is extremely obnoxious, needless to say. A small delay is needed to cleanly go into Strikefall afterwards now, word of note. Otherwise, you get stuff like that happening, but with proper timing, although you do have to time it, it is possible to still go into Strikefall off of this. If you're not garbage like I am. The air version launches the same, but also wall bounces into a knockdown. As in, it launches the same as it did before without the, but if you reach the wall here, the wall bounces into a knockdown. Aegis Blade can go into teleports or Strikefall on block. So that... Safe on block DP. Fun. Very fun. No more explanation required. Air Crusade Seraphims and Noir Edge can go into, they go into normal fall state on recovery, meaning they're not left, not being able to do anything as Izayoi falls to the ground anymore. When she finishes the move, she'll drop down, you can do air normals. Same with Noir Edge. Let's see here, letting me act out of them. Noir Edge itself now hits 3 times and can be jump canceled on block now. Valkyria Estrella is projectile invincible now, which means stupid shit like this is possible. Or, well, we still get, trade with Tempest Dahlia, but you get the point. This is now projectile invincible and goes like 75% of the screen already, making it even more obnoxious. Now deals additional hits on full connect here, dealing 7 hits instead of 5. The Duration 2 has been raised to 90 from 72, and the launch is left closer to Izayoi with more untechnical time. Easy to do stupid shit like that. Strikefall can deal additional hits until Izayoi fully lands from it now, meaning the higher you are, instead of doing a fixed amount of 3 hits, you can now get more than that. And don't even get me started on how stupid this is now. 11,000 damage from 4 moves by chaining into the same chaining between the same 2 supers twice. Oh boy. I thought she needed a damage buff before I saw that she was able to do that. So, everyone thank their lucky stars I found that out before I made her even more ridiculous off that tactic there. Let's see. Yep, until she fully lands, so... overall, much more effective because you can get more hits out of Strikefall now. Alright, that just leaves her Overdrive Distortions, and we will be finished with this showcase that it feels slightly more awkward than normal, but hopefully isn't. Now then, Justice Verizer will now Guard Break on normal block, is attack level 5 from 4, with now 100 Duration 1 and Duration 2 instead of 90, with even less recovery. Meaning 5C off that wall bounce is now possible. In addition, on hit or block, it can now go into D-Teleport. Or on block, it can go into D-Teleport. Yeah, blocking. Of course, on normal block, it's a guard break, so it means she basically gets an unblockable on normal block. If you barrier it, though, even if you barrier it, she can still D-Teleport behind you for free pressure afterwards. Considering this covers a huge portion of the screen, this is obnoxious. And on hit now, which mainly matters in the corner, but you can do it mid-screen as well. On hit after Justice Verizer Overdrive. Shit. Mistake. You can go into Banshee Lancer if you time it properly. For very good damage. Much easier in the corner with that wall stick instead of the bounce. Is that it? Yes. Transam is now frame 1 invincible on top of all that extra invincibility on recovery I gave it, which means now it truly is unpunishable in Overdrive. And will now grant a bigger damage and defense bonus, being 50% instead of 25%. Which, once again, it does not stack at all, meaning this will actually overwrite the non-overdrive buff, in case you used it earlier in the round. But using the non-overdrive version afterwards will not overwrite your overdrive buff, meaning it'll stay at the 50% increase. Which means with this active, Izayoi now does double her base damage, on top of already being an overdrive being needed to use this. Needless to say, her damage potential gets pretty absurd. I know a 35,000 damage corner combo with this character because of this combination. Dies Irae 2.0, upon usage, will have Izayoi teleport near the opponent before attacking, ensuring it'll hit better. With the Super Flash activating after she does so to make it even less reactable. The dive will now deal 2 hits, and after connecting, Izayoi will do a second dive after a teleport. In case you're not familiar, this is kind of inspired from Saber's aerial dive attack thing from Melty Blood type Lumina, because I thought it looked really cool and realized, oh, Izayoi could probably do something like this. This one was a pain in the ass to get working properly. In addition to that, with the dives doing more damage and more hits, the sword portal will now restand the opponent into a grounded state afterwards with a lot more untechable time. And the prime follow-up to this would, of course, be... fully charged Crusade Seraphim. That scaled pretty bad. I didn't even use my meter after that, but oh well. So yeah, really flashy, really cool. Gives you really... basically the freedom with all the untech from the restand to follow up with whatever the fuck you want. And last, but certainly not least, the most beastly of her supers, Wings of Judgment in Overdrive. Wings of Judgment in Overdrive does a faster and slightly extended combo with more Trans-Am bit hits and certain attacks multi-hitting now. Deals much more damage and will teleport behind the opponent before starting the attack. But can no longer be comboed after Sano double Overdrive Wings of Judgment, and for good reason, cause... let me show you just how cracked this move was. Even though it already was insane, I have made it more so, and a lot cooler, albeit, than it already was. Ten 10,000 damage, and a long knockdown time to set up Oki afterwards for further pressure to make up for the fact you can't combo off anymore. Combo this with the Overdrive Trans-Am buff. With my God-given power, I will purge your sins. Izayoi, unleashed. 13,000 damage from a raw super. Made even larger to about 15,000 apparently if you have active flow during that time. Wings of Judgment is God tier. Even more God tier than it already was now. And with all that in mind, that will conclude the Justice Valkyria Izayoi showcase. Hopefully the duration will be on the shorter side, and I hope I did a really good job of, well, just improving my presentation over the years to make the videos a little shorter, because these showcases, I do have a lot to talk about, but I do my best to make them as short as possible. But in any case, thank you all very much for watching, and once again, thank you very much for all the patience regarding Izayoi and her release. I think she came out very, very beautifully, and I'm looking forward to see what you guys end up doing with her. She's a very wonderful mod. Izayoi is a very hated for being a top-tier character. She's also really cool and flashy, and I love her for that. If I had the execution, I might have considered picking her up, but I suck at the game, so I can't play this character. But, yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Download link for Izayoi is in the description below. I hope you have a lot of fun with her. I think there's a lot of creativity that can go from making combos with her, and I look forward to seeing that from all of you. But, hope to catch you in all future uploads. Next release will be a while from now, but hopefully it will be just as good. Bear with me, guys. Alright. Hope to catch you in all future uploads. And I'll see you later. Fucking very, very, very awkward outro. Alright, let's kill the bitch.
Restraints lifted. Zero time. Activate apocalypse mode. Say your prayers. For the arrow of calamity shall strike you down.